let's talk about Wakanda.
Adibeng.
2018. I remember it like it was yesterday. Well, it kind of was because 2019 and 2020 were mashed up and we're about to get. Anyhow, one of the major highlights of 2018 was the classic film Black Panther. Yes, a superhero movie about fictional characters in a fictional setting, but it did contain a lot of hidden gems. Vibranium team. Now, my favorite part of the movie was what happened after the fight scene between Jadaka, better known as Eric Killmonger, and the protagonist King T'Challa, who was played by the deceased legend Chadwick Boseman. Now, after King T'Challa lost the battle, quite badly I must add, he's barely saved by this tribe and is given some kind of herb which enables him to reunite with his deceased father for the second time in his spiritual realm. Now, by this time, T'Challa is well aware of Eric's life story. The fact that his father was executed for selling Wakanda's secrets to foreign entities, but also, and here's the key part, that Eric, as a result of his father's crimes, was kept out of Wakanda and left abandoned. Now, in T'Challa's meeting with his dad, he asked him why. Now, his dad tries to justify, but before he can even finish whatever he was going to say, T'Challa yells, "You were wrong! All of you were wrong," referring to their decision to omit the truth for Wakanda. I'd be like, what in the hell? These OGs is tripping. Now, obviously, this ain't a shot at my elders. I'm not crazy. Rather, it is merely an attempt to highlight the plight of a group in our society that are considered the primary victims of such wrongdoings, the children. Those that on one hand suffer from whatever stigma is associated with their tribes, and on the other hand end up developing similar mindsets, thereby perpetuating the mistakes of their forefathers. Quite sad, I must say. And so to the children, my beloved brothers and sisters that have at times felt excluded by members of their own community, I say, don't listen to the stand-patters, the self-proclaimed custodians and hypercritics that somehow feel that they're more entitled to a household that belongs to you just as much as it belongs to them. Those like cracked walls that crumble at the thought of reformation for fear of being left behind or abandoned. Too blind to see that they got their foot blocking the door that ultimately leads to change. Change through a journey, like all journeys, that begins with a single step. And to you, OG with the foot on the door, I beg, move your leg now. We understand that culture and tradition mean everything to you. It means a lot to us too. They give us that sense of belonging. Therefore, we're not in any way trying to downplay its significance or call for it to be toned down or diluted. We're simply asking, do you have to shove it in the face of every child that doesn't understand it at first glance? Every youngin' that hasn't learned it to the required level? Until when will you continue to exclude and cast aside the Erics of our community by painting them as outsiders that are potentially dangerous and thus untrustworthy? I mean, I know we all got trust issues, but don't be out here projecting your deeply rooted insecurities on the kids. These are people who are supposed to be the torchbearers, the vessels within which our rich traditions are preserved so as to last the test of time. I'm saying the constant sabotage does not in any way ameliorate the status quo at all. As a matter of fact, it only continues the cycle of resentment and regress that can only be broken when especially the guardians of our society, I'm talking the leaders, elders, parents, and teachers, begin taking note on the kind of cultural foundations they're instilling within our kids. So what kind of foundation are you instilling in the kids? Is it the kind that teaches them to conveniently sweep aside an ongoing wrong under the guise of protecting the tribe? Is it the kind that teaches them to uphold tradition even at times when it clearly goes against what we know to be true? The first step in solving a problem is admitting that there is a problem. Therefore, we gotta first be willing to admit that certain aspects of our culture that we fiercely hold on to today might require a software update. I'm more of an iOS guy. Android is fine too. See, by re-welcoming and reinvesting the kids that we've exiled and excluded, we not only satisfy their longing for a home and get them to truly appreciate their heritage, but we also get them to partake in the development objectives with the much needed enthusiasm. The kids are the key. They are the help we need. Well then, I've said too much. I'd love to hear from you. What other subtle, powerful lessons did you learn from Black Panther? What do you think are some of the major issues that no one back home is talking about? And more importantly, What are your recommendations? I'll leave it at that for now. Until next time, always remember, Adibeng. I think that's it.